Yes, it's been a while since we've done one of these. I've just realised I put myself on mute. How are we all doing? Hope we're all well. Welcome aboard the Bhoycie Bus Fan Cam Live. It has been a while. A long time. October, Pam was telling us in the chat. There's Pam already up there. Look, hey, Pam, what's happening? And yeah, you need to wish me luck here. I've got it on the telly up there. But I better not play the commentary out loud for copyright issues and stuff. So that'll be tricky because I just tend to follow the commentators. Before you all thought I knew what I was talking about, and I absolutely don't. So many in the chat already. A new member. Tattoo Face, what do you mean you're a new member? I'm so confused. Anyway, it's one of those nights we'll have a wee bus night like it used to be, where it would just be me bouncing all the ideas that you have got, all the thoughts you are having off myself. Obviously, if you want to have a beer, absolutely welcome to do so. It's a different type of show tonight, but I'll just quickly give a shout out to the ED Pharmacy, our sponsors. There is a wee QR code there that you can scan if you so wish for your erectile dysfunctional needs. I'll read out the full spiel on the post-match pish, as this is a bonus episode. I don't want to waste too much of your time. I still want to give them an honourable mention because I have got a hard-on for doing some fan cam live tonight. I tell you that. Oh, the desk just went up. Only kidding. What's happening? Let's have a wee look. Brown Warrior's gone out for a few beers. I didn't even know you drank, Brown. I genuinely didn't think you did. I thought your takes were just that bad. Oh well. What's everyone making the lineup? I seen the lineup. I will go through it. In fact, we'll go through it. I'll bring it up there on my other wee screen. That's what we'll do, guys. That's what we'll do. We'll get the old lineup up. Hopefully my picture's okay, by the way. And can you all hear me okay? Let me know that I'm not freezing and all that stuff. I feel like the camera's awfully close to me when it's just mine. I forgot what these days were like. Timmy Bing stands with ED Pharmacy. Well, head over to edpharmacy.co.uk. Same day delivery before 6 o'clock. If not, you'll get it tomorrow, which I still think is a very reasonable offer. And we'll want to be like Lionel Richie sometimes. Martin Kay says, yeah, you can hear me. You can see me. That's all good, mate. Appreciate it. Right, let's get on to the lineup because there has been changes made. I've seen a mixed reception to that, which I couldn't quite fathom, if I'm honest to you guys. I don't really subscribe to why games like this should be causing such panic in the ranks with our starting lineup. We'll go through it first, and I'll give you my take. Scott Bain in goals, which obviously is going to raise eyebrows. Where's Seacrest? You've been told on the bus for weeks and months now. In fact, I should say on end. I called it at the time. That's not me being a smart ass, by the way, because I call far majority of things that I call wrong, as you all know. But with regards to Seacrest, that photo was taken when he was injured with a rum, whatever it was, in his hand. Beautiful misses, fair play to him. As soon as I seen that photo, I said at the time, I'm not against it. I don't mind stuff like that, but I don't think Ange will like it. He's never played since, and he won't play again. I don't think Scott Bain got a 3-year deal, so you're going to go with the guy that you see as the future. And if Scott Bain might seem like the past to us, the fact he signed a new 3-year deal means he is part of Celtic's future. Whether we like that or not, different conversation. And it's Ange's gift to make that call on the contract. And it certainly is his gift to pick him tonight if he so wishes. And bear in mind, Joe Hart's came in for a pretty torrid time of late. So a goalkeeper change shouldn't shock people too much. Of course, there's the usual negative reactions out there. Ralston right back, Starfelt, Kobayashi comes back in, Bernabe plays again. At the end of the day, I don't think Ralston's covered himself in glory, and I've been a huge fan of Tony Ralston, as you all know. He's not covered himself in glory. How's he going to get back to the levels we've seen before? I'll tell you how, with games. You stick with these guys. Bernabe, we've not seen whatever level it is that he may or may not get to. He had a flash in the pan moment. I think was it Ross County, where he scored that absolute wonder strike. And I then look at Bernabeu and I think, other than that, it's been a pretty underwhelming career for a player costing nearly £4 million. Notwithstanding that, we're only going to get the real truth if he gets a run. And he's been given a run right now. It's not been an impressive one, I admit that. But if he can't play, right, we'll get to that. Kobayashi comes back in, that surprises me. But Iwata, the reason for it is because he's in the midfield with McGregor and Hatate, two of our first picks. Abada comes back in. He may have featured in 99% of games that he's been available for this season. However, Abada's not started as many. Haksabanovic, another one, he was Player of the Month, remember, at the tail end of 2022. How many starts has he had since he won that award? Not many. He gets the nod. And this is the guy who replaced Giakoumakis. Replaced Chaos. Giakoumakis. I mean, we have to have faith that he can do it at Easter Road. Otherwise, we'll be in real trouble. Do you know what I mean? We're going to be in soapy bubble. So, as far as I'm concerned, my take is, if you keep wanting Ange to improve the squad, or you keep saying you've not seen enough of players that have came in so far, or that maybe when they have been thrown in, it's been the first time for months or weeks that they've had a start. At the end of the day, if there's not games like once we've not, the title's not decided because we finished second, but we actually won the league. We won it. I don't understand how anyone can have their knickers in a twist about using the rest of the league games, and that includes Ibrox, because Ange just treats them as another team. And I don't mind that mind game as well. I think you've got to find out about the squad in these games. And if folk are going to be pissed off about that, so when do you want those guys to get a chance? Or is it just, if you're not first 11 players, I want you all out the door. And then in the summer, I want a new batch of guys that tell us they can be first team 11 players. Come on. And Pam, I actually agree with you. I like the midfield lineup. It was only a wee while ago we were discussing the potential that Iwata was brought in for Champions League games. And it could be, I think, Brown Warrior will love this, the double pivot could be Iwata and McGregor with the tatty sort of Roman. Might we see that tonight? Might we see McGregor actually, rather than being advanced, stay sitting a wee bit deeper? And you see this double pivot that people speculated on. Who's got an issue with that? Certainly not me. I'll go through some comments before we get started. Geez, I forget how little I can drink when I'm alone. David, you're welcome, my boy. Don't you worry about that, pal. Great to talk to you in the emails. Hail from Thailand, Alex 1967. Top boy, mate. Always. Thanks for the membership dishing out last night as well. Top man. Brian McGarry, he's talking about I lost. So we had for those of you who don't know, on a Tuesday it is now, the Tuesday ticket, but predominantly this season it was on a Monday night. It's now moved to a Tuesday night. Me and my brother do a show together, talking, shooting the breeze about Celtic and all that carry on. But we're always at the end of a competition. We stole it from Radio 5 Live, call it Sudden Death. Here comes the teams. That black kit will age well in the history books, by the way. But we call it Sudden Death. It went on week to week. I, at one point, had a 5-win lead. I then got it back up to a 4-win lead after he levelled it. And I lost it last night with a week to spare. I was gutted. It was great fun, though. It was a good series. Big Phil McKinley there in the background. Cheers for setting up the show as always, Phil. We do appreciate it. Team's just lining up the now. Hibs have got something to play for. They can still kind of get Europe, can't they? Well, I suppose they were playing a team with something to play for at the weekend too, weren't they? Oh dear. The old Mickey Beale Cup. Yeah, I know I keep bringing up your points, Pam, but it's because I probably agree with you half the time. In fact, all the time. The black away kit, that is a rare one, because I feel that when kits only get a season, which sadly they do these days because it's all about money, everything's about money, in all sport these days. That seems to be the driver for everything. But I mean, you look at the amount of people wearing iconic Umbro kits that we were getting scalped in, and you wonder why they're iconic. It's because they had 2 years. It's definitely because they had that 2 year spell, and they became that wee bit more synonymous, we could say. Just load my seat there. So I've had to move. This is the things I do for the bus. I'm only way over there in my room. I say way over there like it's like the east wing. It's just like 3 yards away. But I'm using the pool table. I've got a cover for the pool table, so I've set up my stall on this so I can look at the telly accurately and not from a really bad angle that's highlighting my double chin. Like I would have been sitting over there. What's the story? Apparently, am I kidding? Tina Turner's died. I mean, her song died at Ibrox, but it's a shame. She had a lot of good hits. I'm not going to celebrate someone's death. Don't really think that's me. I think we're going to celebrate Tina Turner dying. There'll be a few digs at Sevco and all that stuff, and I get all that. But yeah, nice one, Bhoycie, with the cigar on. Do you have the slippers on too? It's Big Warren's Team Talk. Huge advocate for the bus, the big man. Good to have you on, Warren. And the game's kicked off. I'll try and no. Oh, this is going to be difficult tonight, by the way. If this is a disaster, who cares? It's the end of the season. We've won. I'm with the same attitude as Anne. Oh! And nearly a goal down so early. Another shot flashes past the post. Wow. Hibs starting with a bit of purpose. Dilly-dallying for Celtic. A terrible infield ball there. I think that's Bernabe. And it's Bernabe again who gives it away. I believe that's him anyway. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. My eyesight. You're going to watch my... See all the crow's feet I've got? It's not because I'm like ancient. It's because I have to squint all the time to watch things. Here we go now, though. Up the left. Nice. Cutback's good. I don't believe O's put that over the bar. Wow, this game is going to be... Do you remember Hibs played Rangers at the end of Lenny's spell and it was 5-all? That's the vibe I'm now getting this game could become. Everything looks good there from the offside angle. I'm not quite sure he was looked at over the bar. And you know, for all we could talk about the interchanges in the lineup, if O had actually scored that, which he's not, which I suppose contradicts the argument, that would have been the stereotypical Celtic goal. That'd have been it. That is the type of goal we've scored so many times this season. Timmy Bing, misses another sitter. I mean, we're going to need to be patient with some of these guys. Come on. Throw in for Celtic, just to side Hibs have. I don't know why I'm doing this commentary thing. You're all watching it anyway. Just tell me to shut up. It's fine. Where is everyone watching? At Easter Road, mate. I'm in the ground. Didn't tell anyone. Hibs coming down the right now. Big Starfelt loves a challenge. What a player. And you would like to think as well, with the likes of Atati, McGregor, and Iwata, who Ange's worked with as much as he has, who's the J League Player of the Year, and I think still the current holder of it. And that's as strong a midfield as you could have. Starfelt was in the SPFL Team of the Year. There's a bit of a spine there. Celtic coming down the right now. They whip the ball in. Was he going to try the volley? No. He's choking to get that shot away. I think that was all. My eyesight's so bad. Ralston collects it now, back wide right. A couple of crosses there that have not found anyone properly, but we've still got the ball. Looks honest, this could be what we used to call a slobber knocker. Celtic with the ball at the byline, they win a corner. Wow, we are 4 minutes in. Hibs have had 2 shots on goal. Celtic have missed a sitter, and they now have a corner. 4 minutes in. This is good. What flavour of rocket fuel? Right, I've got a wee Corona stubby. Please drink responsibly, by the way. I am not the example you should be following. And I've got a wee orange and passion fruit dragon soup, part of my 5 a day. I just missed some of the action there because I'm trying to do 2 things at once. Big Hacksaw. I always forget he's the number 9. I was thinking he was 2 minutes ago because he's number 9. What did we all think of Big Ange yesterday? Me and Dorothy spoke about it at length last night. If you didn't see the show, let me know what you thought about Ange yesterday. He was quite. I liked what I seen from him. I thought it was great. Callum McGregor miscontrolled that. They now attack the left back area at pace. And do you know what? Bernabe just let that ball go out. Don't keep it in unless you can make a compelling clearance. And instead, he's tried to keep it in. He's afforded the Hibs player to get across him, but the cross was absolutely honking. Glasgow CSC says, yes, I hope that doesn't mean a goal, because it might be at different times. The slabbering cabbage, Big Ange doesn't or isn't given a you-know-what. Well, I disagree, mate. I think he absolutely does. And I think he's got to try and find out more about some of these players away from home and utilise the squad. You've got to. And it's not because he wants to lose or he's not caring about the score. Oh! Good skills at Tatty, unlucky son. Unlucky Hibs scramble. Look there. We've looked dangerous. So have Hibs so far. Yeah, I've got no issue with. I don't think it's fair to say he doesn't care or he's not giving a fuck. I disagree with that. I think he's explained himself yesterday. Oh, and another corner Celtic, a brilliant save by David Marshall, and Abada being more like, to be honest with you, the Abada we know and love, just cutting in, not thinking about anything but scoring. Good lad, Abada. Another one that I've heard getting, I think it was Clyde 1 last night, a fan going, he's checked out. I know he says he wants to stay, but he's not wanting to stay. He wants to leave. Well, base that on something, mate. Do you know what I mean? Tell the truth. Oh, and by the way, there's 82 watching live. Please do hit the like, subscribe, share, slate my hair, all that stuff. We do really appreciate it on the channel. It does help. And keep the comments coming in because I will try and read as many as I possibly can. Callum McGregor now down the left-hand side. The yellow armband looking good against the black kit too. I like that. Here's Big O. I knew he was going to try and get a shot away. Now we're talking. Abada gets the cutback. Oh, chances. McGregor just can't quite control it. Oh, he's managed to win it back though. He's done well. Bernabe, what's he going to do? He gets out wide. McGregor, is he going to put the ball in? Nice skill. Love that wee flick. Hacksaw. No, he's now checking about. Few square balls, Celtic are. Oh, they're toying with him here. I don't believe I've just seen Tony Ralston do the same finish as O. He's just clipped it over the bar, leaning back, the exact same way O did. But I tell you what, some of the passing there for Celtic, when you could think you could be disheartened that the move's not worked out or whatever. Oh, it worked. That was brilliant pressing there. And what they were doing from going right to left, which I know was synonymous with the Rodgers era, and it wasn't done at enough pace. That was done at pace there. Corner kick again. I can't believe I'm saying that again. We never score for corners. Ball's cleared. Comes out as far as Big Rio Atati. What a player. Left now. Abada it is on the left now. He gets the ball in. It's another corner for Celtic. So despite the changes we've made, I agree completely with Alex. This is much more like what we've been accustomed to this season. Sometimes the lineup can lead you astray. Sometimes a rocket up the arse for the manager as well can always help, you know. Remember, these guys want to play in a cup final on the 3rd of June. And they want to play on Trophy Day. Of course you want to play in that game. Of course you do. It's going to be a full house, a carnival atmosphere. Who's not fighting for their place in that? And some of them, in some cases, if you believe all the narratives that us fans will give, including myself, some might be playing for their future. Plenty at stake for them as well. Celtic still outside the house box. They've just intercepted it there, and they try and counter on the pace with that. Yuan, is it Yuan? He looked pretty good for them in a few occasions. I've managed to watch a bit of Hibs, which isn't that often. Stubbsy sauce. Kevin, I would like to think we sound better than the BBC, mate, because they're boring bastards and they've got agendas. I don't have an agenda. My agenda is just to watch the game like a fan, have a couple of beers, and enjoy it. After tonight, as well, if I may be so bold, we have got the bold, punked up warlord coming on for some PMP. Shall we find out if Terry's coming on? Let's find out if Terry's coming on. Now, Hibs breaking forward. Jesus, you can't take your eyes off this game for 2 seconds. Left hand side, they're just creeping into the Celtic box. Putting across. Kobayashi's got to do better. Good save, Scott Bain. Kevin Nisbet there. Good save. Again, give credit where it's due. That's what we want to see for Scott Bain. Kobayashi for me, though. Kevin Nisbet isn't a physical player. I'm going to watch it again just to make sure I'm right. I feel he wins that header with a wee bit too much ease. I just hope it is Is it Kobayashi? Or was it... And that is not me being in any way, shape, or form stereotypical. It's just Kobayashi and Iwata have the exact same kind of hairdo. I just hope I'm right that when I'm saying that's Kobayashi there. Scott Bain punches the corner clear. Hibs loft it back in. A good control of the area there, Bain. That's fine. Well done. Someone's given you a new 3-year deal recently, son. Love it. Good to see. Jim Dolan. You've just reminded me I've got beers in the fridge. Good, mate. Get one. Go drink one. See if Terry replies to the message. It was a great save, Brian McGarry. You're absolutely right. Would Hart have saved that? Or would he have fallen on his arse, Alex? I don't know. I just don't know. Hibs switching the play quite nice there, to be fair. Don't mind that. Good football. This is going to be an open game, this one. Oh, he's 1-on-1. Is he onside? He's got to score if he is. I don't think that's been given. Oh, wow. We need to see that again. If that was a bent run, that was a brilliantly... He's off. Behave. I knew he wasn't that good. All good here, Brown. Thank you, my pal. Here come now. Celtic up the left. I've got my work cut out tonight. I need the co-coms. Where's Andy Gray? Hibs, they look quite frantic at the back, but I don't think they mind that. I think they just want to get the ball forward. Like, here's Celtic now again coming forward, and it's Ralston in that bizarre inverted position I'll never get used to. Haksabanovic coming in at the left-hand side of the box. McGregor. Bernabe, they're going to switch the play again. But see, that's what happens. If it's not at pace, it'll be intercepted because it becomes predictable. Everyone's got to be done with their intensity. But to be fair, Tony Ralston just wins the tackle to get the ball back. He manages to get it off the Hibs player and win the throw-in as well. Tony Ralston showing that bit of dig that you need. He's got a lot more to his game than just a bit of dig, by the way, Tony. Celtic win the ball very well. Spread it nicely. Bernabe, Kobayashi. Still getting the fear, everyone. They're only passing it, nobody pressing them. Oh, a long ball attempted this time. And the first touch attempt from O, he got his toe on the end of it, and it's just ran away from him. He's going to be the guy that tries things that he might... No, I don't mean that bad. I'm sure he is capable of it. But you wouldn't think he'd be capable of. I think he's going to be that guy. Want to bring the ball down from a 40-yard bullet pass on the first touch? He'll attempt it. I think he's going to be like that for us. He won the left with Haksabanovic. The passing just looks intense. And Haksabanovic gets the byline, and he's going to win Celtic. Are we talking a fifth corner, lads? Ladies? A fifth? Danny O'Malley comes in. Great timing for fan cam. I'm just home with a case of beers, wine, birthday drinks. Happy birthday, O'Malley. A real friend of the bus. Always has been. Absolutely. Stuart Miller says this kit was barely worn. This kit was barely worn and it's a belter. But if kits only last a year, mate, that's what's going to happen. A lot of the away kits that I think we look back on for the 90s, the 2000s, early 2000s, are belters because you've seen them for 2 seasons. And I think that's what kills them. What can you do? I can't believe I'm now watching Hibs appealing for a corner at their end. I can't keep up with all this. This game's mental. 15 minutes played. Fast open game, says Alex, and he's spot on. Danny O'Malley. I wonder how old you're going to be, Danny. I want to guess 29. I think you're going to be 29, Danny O'Malley. Scott Howe, not drinking on the tee. Scott, you've got an hour and 56 minutes to make the shot, mate. Do the right thing. You've got the bus live till the end of this game. Then you've got PMP with the Punk Duck Warlord and potentially Terry, who's not writing back, being the diva he is. These are the people I work with, guys. I mean, come on, mate. Scott, do the right thing. Go get that crate. O'Malley was born in 1987. Fine. Same year as me, mate. Same year as me. I just don't like admitting it. I got ID'd yesterday, by the way. I swear to God. Celtic with the ball, by the way. Don't worry. I got ID'd yesterday, though, right? And the girl's like, she's putting through my message is like, and I don't know how expensive olive oils became, but I got the good stuff. It's £5.50. I've got spinach, steak. What else did I get? A few other mature things, like deodorant. Dry shampoo. But I've got all that and then 10 cans of beer. Oh, Hibs again doing that frantic clearance. I think that's gonna be a measure of tonight. We're gonna see a lot of Hibs clearances like that, frantically trying to get rid of it. But she's like fucking. She was panic face. I need to ID you. She was about 60. I'm like, well, you don't, and I don't have ID. She went, okay, you got your ID though. And I was like, no. How old are you? I was like 35. Oh, my laddie's 34. I'm like, all right, that's okay. That's not quite the debate though, is it? I went, it's challenge 25, isn't it? Oh, I ID'd a 45-year-old though last week. And all I said to her was, well, I think you need retrained in your job. I owned a pub for 6 years fucking between 2010 and 2016. Fucking idea. Honestly, I was just like, I was that close to having the Sid Vicious moment of just all the messages, just tipping them out my bag and going, You can put them away. I didn't. I paid and I left and then decided to bitch about it on the bus. Here we go, Celtic. Let's go, Bernabeu. Haksabanovic now in the ball. He's actually looked quite good so far. It's just my opinion. I'll probably get hammered on PMP for some of these takes that I make live. McGregor going to get it back out wide. Bernabeu off on the support. Big Hacksaw now. God, Hacksaw's tackled. Bernabeu, he's not going to take his man on. McGregor. Ooh, I like it. I like the passing down the left. They've really done well to work this. Callum McGregor, unsurprisingly instrumental in it all. And unsurprisingly as well, it's given away by Bernabeu. Hibs now think they're one-on-one, but you're never. It's 1-on-2 when it's big Carl Starfelt. He loves those situations. I don't know why, but Starfelt just absolutely loves those situations, doesn't he? Tim Alloy, good evening to you, my man. Welcome aboard the Bhoycie Bus. Oof. Paul Diet, nearly forgot about this. What time are you on, mate? Paul, it's me. I'm live. Where are you? Brown Monitor, I'm not even bringing that comment up. That is shocking. No, me and Jonathan would never do anything like that. Absolutely not. And he's older than he makes out as well, man. I'm up for it tonight, mate. Great crack. I wish. My crack's shite. I don't mean that crack. I just mean my batter's shite. Oh, another one of those diagonal balls. Cannot control this one. He does with the chest. It's Gallus. It's confident. He turns. Oh! Go! You useless parent bastards. Oh, absolutely. Putting to bed the myth he can't play football. I tell you what, put 10 pence in him and he'll start playing. I tell you what, that miss he's done has brought O to life. And he is now just desperate for the goal. Fantastic effort. Great save by Marshall, albeit it goes into the path of Leo Labada. He has no time to think, which is what we've defined on the bus a million times as his perfect situation. And some of it, I think it comes off his Chris Ilbalumo heel and goes about 40 yards wide. He has checked out after all. I was talking shite earlier. He's checked it. He wants to go. He wants to go to Crystal Palace. Fuck off, Abada. I don't mean that, by the way. I like Leo Abada. What a shame if Haksabanovic is going off injured. He's looked lively so far. He very rarely catches the breaks in his Celtic career. Here's one for the chat. If you want to have the debate, does Haxel make the cut for next season? I think he might struggle. I think if they get the 2-3 million for him, he'll be gone. But from Haksabanovic to ED Pharmacy's best customer, Dyson Maeda enters the fray. And Hibs, all their defenders who've watched a rock and roll game so far now go, oh no, not him. That's not the guy we want to play right now. He's perfect for this. The way this fixture's been so far in the opening 22 minutes, I think Maeda's no, not because I ever want to see Haxel injured, but wow, Maeda on this could be popcorn. Now here we go. Celtic doing a few more. I don't know if you have noticed this. And tell me, give me a yay, give me a nay, but a few more balls over the top. Now it's a tie, and you know that won't be the case for him. Iwata back to Atati. And now Maeda starts the press. And now Hibs don't know what to do. He must be. He is such the definition of a Rubik's Cube of a player. An absolute definition of it. Pato, yeah, we have addressed the Tina Turner situation. That's pretty funny what you're putting there. Oh, fuck it, we'll bring it up. They won't be playing Tina Turner on the couch, will they? I'm going to hell for reading that out. I'm going to hell. But you know what? They can't cancel, boys. They can't cancel the bus. We'll get away with it. A lot of people getting excited about the Jam Tarts 1-0 up. I'll be honest with you, it means nothing to me. Same way I was drawn with St Mirren meant nothing. We've got to be consistent. Is it funny to see Mickey Beale get beat? I suppose so, but I've got no interest in that fixture whatsoever. I wonder how old Scott Bain is now. Because if he's signed a 3-year deal, what is he, 30, 31? He's looked, he's done one good save. And then he came out and collected the ball pretty confidently. Even there, looks like he wants to dominate the area. He looks more mobile than Joe Hart. I think that's a fair observation to make on what we've seen. He's just a wee bit more nimble. Here's Maeda, down the left. Yep, miscontrols it. Then puts in a nice cross. But there's no one there to take that. It was just a wee bit too high, to be fair, actually. It wasn't as nice a cross as it first looked. He'll be interesting between now and half-time, Maeda, how they deal with him. Any signs of fatigue, and he bounces. Brando. Concentrate on our own house and laugh at that spoofer rather than laugh at that spoofer, Tadger Beale. Well, I think you've got to have the best of both worlds. I just don't think there's any point in doing it in dead rubbers. Do you think I'd be doing fan cam if this game mattered? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Still 0-0 in one of the most open games we've played in Angie's second season, I would say, so far. That's mad, eh? Maeda giving away a foul there. Oh, he's barely touched him. He's laughing. And if he has touched him and he is laughing, I'm all for that as well. Wee bit of dig? Nothing wrong with that. Bain is 31, Martin K with the knowledge. I like that, Martin. We always need a stato in the ranks. Long ball from Hibs, unsurprisingly targeting the left back situation, who is beaten too easily. Luckily, he's pressed him enough there, but he was met or not. See, it's still coming down there. He switches off. That could have been a goal so easy. They're targeting Bernabeu. It's okay to identify weaknesses in your favourite team. It doesn't mean you hate these guys. It doesn't mean you don't want them to do well. If we can see it, other teams can see it. But Brian McGarry, I actually agree. It's the best we've played for months, but we could definitely have conceded 2 goals so far as well. I don't mind that. He's always trust us to get more when we play at our best. It's particularly domestically. Paul Dyer, I cannot answer that question. I'm at the game. So it's the live minutes, mate. You know the score. Yeah, constructive criticism is fair. I think it can be quite hysterical as well. Like, see Pam on Twitter today for tonight when the lineup was announced. I felt I wasn't quite sure of that narrative, and I think the way Celtics played today is shown. Don't judge a book by its cover. It is a corner though for Hibs. This does worry me a wee bit. It was a wicked ball, by the way, that just seemed to bypass everyone. I'm not entirely sure how it did, but it did. Here goes Maeda, and this is when it stretched him. He's down the left. He's in the box. The ball across was fantastic. Abada was just lagging behind, which you can't blame him for, because most people would be about 300 yards behind. Now it's McGregor, outside of the area. Can we see a long shot? Bernabeu. He'll try it again. He can't replicate what he did the other week. Hibs clear, they go long again. They try to go over the top. Big Starfelt says, I'll have that. And there's Ralston in centre midfield like Paul McStay, as always. Here goes McGregor forward. Couple of nice wee 1-2s. I love it. Ralston out wide right where he belongs. McGregor engineers the space. He's got it. Have a dig. Goes back out wide to Ralston. Good ball. Oh, don't roll about like a. Do you know what I mean? I think I think O's going to be one of these guys. He's got it. He's got the Jackamaka straight. He's going to get overly frustrated at times. He is lying down now saying he's injured. I hope he's okay. I think he's looking about for it. I'm not. I think he'll play the rest of the game. Um, I think he just knows he made a James Hunt of that challenge. Everyone panics. I mean, honestly, see how many sound the klaxon, boys? They sound that klaxon. There we go, man. O'Neill klaxon. You're not allowed to roll about like that. These challenges happened all the time, all the time. It has been an enjoyable game to watch, and it's a wee bit of fun, on towards the end of the season. Then fantastic. Terry's got back in touch. Box office. I don't mind doing 45 minutes if you like. Alternatively, if you have someone else lined up, work away. He's saying he can't do Saturday. He's at the Kids End of Season Awards. Need him tonight then, don't we? Need you tonight, just like Michael Hutchins would have sang. We need you tonight. Big O running about absolutely fine. He's just one of those folk. He's frustrated. Terry's on tonight. Terry, me, and Liam, the punk duck warlord over in Canada. What we'll hopefully do in the next 12 months is we'll fucking take the bus over to Vancouver and we'll do a live show for the Vancouver Sports Club, or whatever it's called. The Liam's think it's the Vancouver Sports Club. We'll go over. Why not? That'd be brilliant, eh? Pam getting all excited. Don't worry, Pam, you're not alone. All the female fraternity of the bus seem to like it when Terry comes on. I'm sure it's for his football opinion, of course. I am not trying to be prejudiced and judging your comments, but he does seem to have the female fan base of the bus in the palm of his hands. Maybe some of the males too. It is a modern world. Celtic now trying to unlock the door down the right hand side. Cal McGregor's looked good today. He's zipping it. When he plays that intensity, the team have to match it. He sets the standards. That's what we're seeing tonight. Down the right. Can we get a cross in? Find it now. It wasn't a bad ball. Hibs frantically again. Head it clear. Celtic regain possession. See when we regain possession, I don't know if you've noticed this, but it's getting higher and higher up the park. We're now regaining possession a third into their half, whereas initially it was at the halfway line or maybe just inside our own. That just what it tells you is what always happens. Teams fade when we play like this, and it's exhausting to play against. No fault of the other teams; they just ain't as good or as fit as us, and that includes the people who've came in. Alex says that this game needs a goal. I don't know, mate. I don't know if Alex. I've never disagreed with you in my life. I'm not entirely sure it needs a goal. I've seen plenty of games that I've felt that way of describing. I think this has been a pretty good watch so far, mate. I don't mean the bus. I'm an absolute shambles. But the watching the game's been great. Here's McGregor now, kind of down the left. Bernabeu way. And the second ball, once Hibs kind of again stuffily try and clear it. Who's winning those second balls? I think that's where your Giakoumakis used to come in. I know I was a bit of a fanboy Giakoumakis. I need to stop comparing everything with him. I can't help it. I just can't help it. I loved him. Miss you, man. Down the right now this time. Celtic don't win the throw in that occasion. We do lose possession. Shit happens. It's okay. Ange, you wouldn't know what the score was if we're 5-0 up, 5-0 down, or it's 0-0. Exact same body language on the side. Love it. Glasgow CSC, one of the nicest away kits. We were talking about it earlier. Celtic Cruiser NZ. Does that mean you're in New Zealand? He says, great to hear you covering this young fella. A grand job. I really appreciate that. And to be honest, I'm going to take the young fella a wee bit more seriously than the covering it part, and because that means far more to me. So thank you, pal. Scott Bain nearly rupturing his cruciate ligament there, just trying to save a corner. Just let them have the corner, mate. Scott, you're our best goalie. I'm only joking, Joe Hart fans. It's a joke. GG ab envy. Do you mean like that? Kind of abs. No, I mean, I've never worried about that shit, mate. No. Biggest muscle I've got is my tongue. Just talk shite, mate. I've never worried about having muscles. It's no my style. Connor Hibbs, let's see how they can do. Oh, get on with it. It's a tatty. He's hardly bullying him. Shut up. He's about half his size. Fuck off. Idiots. And funnily enough, Scott Bain takes that really, really commandingly and breaks down. I knew when he did that clearance, he was going to hurt himself. He just launched the ball at play. He's an idiot for that. Just let them have the corner. It's a bounce game, Scott. He's landed on the leg, but I am convinced it can't be from that catch. It's from the earlier clearance. He's got far too used to sitting on that bench. He's just used to it, isn't he? Warren demanding the likes. Oh, I didn't worry about the likes, mate. It's fine. We're just having a bit of fun tonight anyway, to be honest with you. Big Joe Hart, first sub appearance of the season? May well be. It did look weird though that he went for that to prevent that corner, which I don't mind the essence of it and the sort of the attitude towards doing it, but I think we need to be real and go, Scott, you were never making that. You were never making that ball. It can't be from that catch. Maybe it's completed the job in the injury. It's when he was doing the clearance, he just pointed to it. I knew it. I'm on the ball tonight, man. I'm on the ball. Look, everyone's raging at him already. That's a waste of a sub. It's Hibs after the league's won, Stuart. And we get 5 subs. Jeez. Let's not worry too much. Now everyone Bain. He's still playing. He's a miles behind me. Rooster, good to have you back in the chat, my friend. Not seen you in ages. Did my eyes deceive me, or did our goalkeeper come for a cross? He did. We actually noticed it earlier on as well, Rooster, that he made a very good save at the back post, and then he came and collected one around the 10-minute mark where he looked a wee bit commanding as well. Here go Hibs now down the left. Look, they've got nearly an overlap. Tried to put it in the back post. It doesn't work. It's cleared. Celtic, they'll make a hash of that clearance. Old school defender by Ralston. Starfelt. Oh, Celtic passing it out nicely, though. And now it's up the right. Now you've got to deal with a batter running at pace as you're facing your own goal. Not a batter, so he's not quite as convincing as you think he could be. But here goes Maeda down the left, and he will be. Good ball! Oh, come on. That cross from Maeda to me, yeah, he doesn't look impressed. There should be takers for that. I'm going to back Maeda, whose crossing can be, let's tell the truth here, it can be sporadic at best. I think that's as good as you can expect. Someone's got to be throwing themselves at that. We don't get brave footballers anymore, though. Imagine Big Dyson he's equivalent to Didier Gat, isn't he? One brilliant cross, but you'll get 10 crosses in a game. 3 of them will be good. But he'll achieve the 10 crosses because he'll hit the byline more than anyone else can. And if you've got guys like Henrik, Sutton, Hearts, and throwing yourself, being brave, you'll get a lot of assists. Just don't think you've got players like that anymore. Ball back to Celtic, Scott Bain, legs fine, shut your mouth. Good. Stuart Miller, that's a great cross. I agree. Oh, he also says Giacomakis gambles at it. I'm not mentioning Giacomakis anymore. He's gone. I know what you're saying though, because I can't help think the same. Hibs now coming forward down the right, our left. Nice wee tackle for Bernaby there and wins the throw. Was it? No, it was Kobayashi. I beg your pardon. As I say, my eyesight is terrible. And my telly's not even far away. I'm making it I live in a castle. It tells about 6 yards away. In fact, it's not 6 yards, it's 6 foot away, max. Oh, come on. Iwata, you need to be sharper than that, big man. He's apologising, but that's not going to get you anywhere. Let's go again. Let's get the ball playing centre half Starfelt on it. That's it. There's that over the top ball looking again for O. Definitely a tactic. 4 times now we've seen that. Play on. Play on. Good call. Brilliant inside ball. Maida's going to make the byline. Come back. McGregor misses a penalty. It's got to be. Come on. I mean, it's not even a debate. Shut up. Don't even put it to VAR. The ball was over there. Go just watch it back. You bunch of clowns. Why are they all crowding the ref? Why are they all... If there's any doubt this is a penalty, I've lost the plot. Hey, thanks, Pam. I'm going to say it's not... If they... Big Hanlon. Obviously, his first game of football. If anyone is saying that's not a penalty, I mean, they're not even going to... Is VAR even checking it? Yeah, shut up. Do you know what I mean? Fucking hell. It's quite good watching it without the commentary because it doesn't influence my opinion. Which you can be, I think, subconsciously when you listen to, like, if you listen to the radio, you're watching the telly, you can kind of end up being influenced by what the commentator's thinking. I don't mean Andy Walker influences my life. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't let him fucking hold my hand crossing the road. However, Rio Hatate, that's a good choice for the penalty. Come on, son. In the back of the net. That's too easy. Why have you not took the penalties all season? Where have you been? There we go, Rio. 1-0 the hoops. Gets in there. Passion fruit and orange is really nice. I can't believe I still can't get over Dragon Soup refused to sponsor us. I approached them. I thought it'd have been fucking hilarious. This was about a year ago. But they said anything Celtic or Rangers related they wouldn't get involved in. I'm like, well, I'll hold you to that. Because I do a lot of on-screen branding for you. If I see you creep up in the Wee Fellas show, you'll probably do the alcohol-free version right enough. You know what I mean? Welcome to the alcohol-free Dragon Soup state of mind. Oh, I'm going to hell and I don't care. One nil hoops. And well deserved, by the way. Iwata, just it's slightly stray back pass there as well. I think he needs to realise in the J League the pitches are probably a lot bigger than what they are here sometimes. I don't know. And the press is mental. It's a busy game, Scottish football. Casualness will get you nowhere. I think there's an argument a lot of players that have came up here from England, for example, that are used to a certain standard have struggled with the pace of the game. It's a different conundrum, Scottish football. I wonder if Iwata is someone that's not quite shown his best qualities as of yet, but I've still got faith in him. I've still got proper faith. Because I know he's an Ange guy. And, J League player of the year. We've been impressed with the J League quality so far. But that's a couple of passes. He's facing his own goal. You will not get away. It needs to be crisp and accurate. But again, it comes to game time. I mean, what sort of running the teams he had? He played centre half of the weekend. Do you know what I mean? Here goes Maeda down the left. Hibs shiting themselves. Great to see. McGregor cut back. Hibs frantically clear. Could that be my new saying? Frantically clear. I'm frantically clear. Clearly no right in the heat. Here we go. Maeda. Oh, Maeda makes me feel better about whenever it is I next dust off the old Adidas Predators and play sevens down the park, because fuck me, mate. I don't know how you've ended up getting booked. You deserve, the rest of the players in the park deserve to get booked for having to watch that. Do you know what I mean? And laugh and not laugh. What? I need to watch that again. Show me. Oh, he's did a wee bit afters. Good niggle. That's all right. Obviously, the guy laughed at him. I don't blame him for that. I don't blame Dyson for reacting. But oh my god. He landed in his arms. Sound rotten there. Maeda making us all feel we could still get a game for Celtic one day. I'm only kidding. I love the player. CSC appreciating the patter. Rooster, finally a penalty taker that looked at the keeper when doing the run up. Where has Rio been? That's what I said. Where have you been? Because definitely the composure he's got on the ball. This is the guy that plays like 50-yard volley passes against Real Madrid. If you've got that sort of composure, 12-yard penalty shouldn't be a problem. It's been bizarre how lacking in conviction we've had of anyone in particular to take a penalty. Best penalty taker I've seen for Celtic, I know it'll be unsurprising, was Sutton. He was never missing, man. Did he miss Phil McGinley? Did Sutton miss? He might have missed. I've got a feeling you told me in Bustalgia he might have missed one. Is the judge on Twitter saying it was never a penalty? Oh, man. I love the judge. This is why the bus is all about varying opinions. Fucking hell. Thank God he's not doing this live with me right now. That it's not a penalty. I think it's as straightforward a decision we've seen all season. Hibs with a free kick just inside our half, and there's a Gavin Hastings run-up style being taken by the player going to take it, because you know why? It's getting hoofed. Now, if I remember Lee Johnson being a bit smarmy at the start of the season when I think he thought he was going to rock this league in a beige blazer, I don't think that was the type of football he was talking about playing. I don't think that was the identity. Put it this way, if Celtic get a free kick just inside the opposition's half, do you ever see us just like setting up Ralston, holding his hands like Hastings, taking a wee 6-yard Johnny Wilkinson run up to hoof it as far as they can? No, come on, guys, you're better than that. It's embarrassing. Oh, that's right. That's right. He missed in the 2005 Cup final against United. He slipped and fell as he hit it. O'Neill took the piss out of him as the team gave a victory speech on the steps. That's okay. We'll give Sutton a miss for that. Oh, who's getting booked now? Wee Nisbet. Celtic class. Oh, come on, it's a booking. Why is he so shocked? You've just clipped the guy for no reason, mate. The ball's nowhere near you. It's a booking. Shoki. Oh, look at this. Coxie enormous. 5. Is that Australian dollars you've donated, my friend? I can't thank you enough for that. He wouldn't mind, though. I'll read out your comment as well. I was trying to keep an eye on this rock and roll football. He wouldn't mind seeing Maeda as a backup left back. The wee man has a hit of mongrel aggression about him. One love from Fiji. Wow. Coxie enormous watching in Fiji. Thank you so much for jumping on the bus. We really appreciate it. Thanks very much. Cozy Enormous. It is a good name. Thanks for that, though, pal. Really appreciate that. And I don't, the thanks for the dollars. Of course, it means the world. It's really, really kind. We are not a well-oiled, well-funded, backed machine. We do our best on very, very limited resources. But I've got to be honest, I just love the fact someone's sitting in Fiji watching the bus. That fills me with the most amount of satisfaction and pride. I just think stuff like that's so cool. And I'll never lose sight of that. Cox Enormous has no need to visit edpharmacy.co.uk, Phil. .co.uk. ED Farms, I want to give them a try out. Bus 10 at the checkout. Honestly, why not? Next time I'm going to the food bar, I'll be sorted. What about you? Good football. Just so composed, the tatty. So composed. But it's a water. But you know what I mean. Oh, I'm an idiot. It was a water, and a water did look composed. I enjoyed that. Now Celtic do try to get in the box. I think it's a tie now in the wide right. McGregor, Batati. Crosses it in. Could it be another corner? It looks like it. Sorry, that was Iwata who looked composed there. The bloody hairdos that they have, Kobayashi, Iwata, and Hitati are killing me here. Yeah, they're just killing me. Lawrence Team Talk loves that enthusiasm, mate. It's just because I'm just no right in the head. That's all it is. Like the Tesco checkout girl said, "Oh, my son's 34, and also I'm no right in the head." Well, they're not two reasons for you not to, to have to ID me. Do you know what I mean? I'm not right in the heat. I could have fed it back to Tesco, but I decided not. My other fools suffer. Should maybe deal with a few keen buns along the way. Right, Maida down the left, 1-on-1. Checks in. Celtic just slowing it down now. We're at 50 minutes. I mean, yeah, they're just playing for the whistle now. Let's just get the halftime whistle blown, referee. Oh, come on! How's that not a foul? Oh, fuck off. Celtic win the free kick, retain the ball, and it's let's call it there. I thought that was a free kick, to be completely honest with you. Right, guys, I will be back. There's going to be a wee silent break for the next 4 minutes, 3-4 minutes, and then I'll be back with you. Oh, and cheers, by the way. I can't believe there's over 100 people enjoying this with us. Or they might not be enjoying it. Probably waiting just to slag me off. But thanks, everyone, for being with me. I will be back very shortly. Oh yes, we're back. I know a lot of you will be taking the opportunity to go for a wee pee break, maybe running to the bar, maybe running to the beer fridge, stocking up. Um, Thanks for so many folk watching it the first time. That was class funny. I can talk and I don't mean that in a good way. I can just talk utter shite. Um, David Kelly comes in. 2 minutes added on, and Rangers did score in the fourth. Is that the extra timing? I gotta be honest, man. And in fact, David, I kind of appreciate your opinion, as I've alluded to a few times. Are you remotely interested in what's going on? I mean, I don't care. I think they're meaningless fixtures, and we've got to be consistent with the meaningless. When they're meaningless when they play us, then they're meaningless when they play them. Oh my god, I'm putting on some weight now in that face, eh? Oh man. That is it. See, being on the big camera, usually I'm just in the wee. I can't even do it because there's nobody else here. I think the wee two-way camera. It doesn't look as bad. Fucking hell. Do I talk in my sleep? Well, I would guess so, man. Do I talk in my sleep? I'm one of those folk, see if I'm really right tired and I'm working from home, I can go and lie down on top of my bed and set an alarm for 10 minutes later and I'll have had 14 dreams. And I'm not joking. I don't know what that means. Ryan Taylor, here we effing go. You know it, mate. And by the way, Scott Howe, I know what you're talking about when it comes to being devastated when folk died. Two musicians that died, I felt very, very similar Erie's from, look at the possession there, 78% Celtic, 22% Hibs, 12 shots to 5, 3 on target to 2, 370 passes to 103 for Hibs, 91% accuracy to Hibs' 61% accuracy. That buys into the frantically clearing stuff that we were talking about. But whilst we deviate for the football briefly, it's half time. Let the wee fella do all the sports scene analysis. Do you know what I mean? That's what he's good at. And a foot like that, good on them. I can't bother it. But when Bowie died, man, Bowie and George Michael Scott was two deaths in my lifetime of musicians that really, really we will rock you sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? It was like I couldn't believe. Oh, there we go. I might look a wee bit better. They were two that they were two that I couldn't get over at times. I wasn't crying in that. Do you know what I mean? That was difficult. A lot of wee interaction going on. Brando comes in. Brando CFC's been brilliant. I've been in the bus recently, by the way. I'm not sure you've changed your username or you're relatively new. I don't mean crazy new because I've seen loads of your comments, but it's good to have you on. I do like to let people know I appreciate it. 65 minutes would be looking to see Kyogo, maybe two up front, and Jota, then kill them off. Well, do you know what? I think there's a fair argument for that, mate. I don't think that argument's a million miles off the mark. I think when it comes to two up top, Ange's been more reluctant to do that than a lot of other things. That's frustrated me a wee bit. I would like to have seen us be a wee bit braver at time. Kevin says a good wee break gave me time to listen to Brian Carrigan. I think he means Brian Carrigan, but Kevin, Brian Carrigan's song never played, so I don't know how you just put it on Spotify. Because we're getting a few copyright issues after a year of it being absolutely fine. I am appealing them all. Don't worry. Hopefully, we will be able to bring the music back. Some people might prefer us just going straight into the pod. Maybe we need to mature a wee bit. I enjoyed doing the big, long, overblown intros that we used to do. Do you know what I mean? That was just, and to me, that was all part of it. But I get it always changes. Aye, Scott, how it was. George Michael Christmas Day. That was shit, man. Freddie Mercury, good shout, Kevin 14. I've got Bowie tattooed my arm. If I'll show you them. I may as well. We're doing nothing else. It's half time and a dead rubber. I'll show you. Look, I've got both. If I fucking give that, there's something wrong with him. We're not something wrong with him, but anyway. Look, there's David Bowie there. And look, Freddie at the top. Don't know if you can see that. Hey! This channel gets weirder and weirder. I need to stop talking, man. It's the Dragon Soups. I'm telling you, it's the Dragon Soups. Kevin just watched the Bang Catigan on YouTube instead. Ah, brilliant, mate. Well, brilliant. Pam, you've always been so kind. We're here for you, Bhoycie, not that intro music. Well, I don't know. I don't know about that. I think you're the only one, Pam, but I appreciate it. I think everyone else is just here for the tune. Paul's eye misses the intro and the outro. The tune is iconic. I know. I get it. Even Big Phil, we've no time for maturing around here. The song is iconic. I know these things. I agree with you, Phil. But if it's not going to work for us, then it's not going to work. And we'll just need to do as we're told sometimes in life. Hopefully not, though. Hopefully we'll be able to bring the tune back. Always been in the buses, Brando. It's great chat. He's changed the username. Change it up and cause some trouble. Brando, I don't need you to tell me who you were before. I don't even guess. As long as you've been on for day one and you've enjoyed the chat, that's enough for me. My ball, the best intro ever. Ugh. I know. Stuart Miller, I'm only here for the tune. It's gone. So bye. Stuart, I don't blame you, mate. I know. I kind of agree with Stuart. I think Stuart's right. I think I was only here for the tune. In fact, fuck it. I'll see you all there. Right, bye. Only kidding. I'm back. Oh, the banter. Oh, the banter. What do we all make of the first half? Give me some feedback. Has Ange got the changes right? I think he has. Has he got the courage of his convictions to make changes when... This is the key debate is, for me, the most compelling argument is, if Ange can't try Bernabe, can't try Kobayashi, can't try Iwata in midfield, can't get Abada one of his rare starts of the season, can't get Haksabanovic a rare start, can't give Ola a rare start, when we've already won, not the league's decided we finished second, but we won the league. When do you want these guys to get game time? When do you want them to get a start? Scottish Cup final? Let's not wet the bed. I think there's a lot of that going on right now. The best intro was the one with Bhoycie at the start. I agree. The Bhoycie Bus is departing the station. The award-winning bus at the bottom. Oh, Glasgow CSC. Everything was aimed. I'm so sad, but I don't care. Don't annoy me. I don't mean you. But when people annoy me, I end up getting lively, mate. Martin Case says it's been a good watch so far. The game has been a very good watch so far. This channel, not so much, but we carry on as always. But yes, the game has been a good watch. I totally agree. Change the system to accommodate them. Well, I don't see the point if he's not. But what you need to remember is he's not going to change the system if that's not what he doesn't want to do. Now, this is something you need to appreciate as well. I feel at times I get where you're coming from, and I used to be very much a adapt. But if you now look down in England, for example, everyone's praised for style of football, the way they play, the personality, the identity that the team has got. Ange ain't going to change that. So it's about finding out whether the players he's signed recently are going to fit that or they're not. It's that simple. He's not going to then go, well, I've barely played you this season. I didn't get as good as what we had. So I'm going to change the whole system to jig it in, to put you in one that I'm not going to use next year when it matters. There is no point in that exercise, unfortunately. I know what you mean. Does he have to for Europe? Well, he's playing Iwata and McGregor, which you've petitioned for. Is that not the double pivot we've seen? I don't know. You tell me, because it was your terminology. That's the two guys you said would be playing in Europe next year. We've done that. Here we go. Second half, about to start. I've seen O rolling up his shots way too high for my liking, and then Hatate shake his bum at the Hibs team. Ange seems to want to know when the game's going to kick off. I think that's all very deliberate. He's looking at the watch. He's been told what's happened in the Rangers game. And also, we played up to 51 minutes, I think it was there. So he's now deliberately standing there just before kick-off, touching his watch. He's so clever at what he does with the mind games. I'm no psychologist, but I can see what he does. Oh, Brown, we've won the league. We're playing a league game. I know about Dylan Rodgers in Europe. Rodgers qualified us for 2 out of 3 Champions Leagues, mate. He had to navigate qualifying rounds and he did it. You talk about Neil Lennon. Neil Lennon failed to do it in his second reign. Just be balanced. Come on, Brown. I love you, mate, but come on. You just keep going back round and round and round and round to the same point. It doesn't really stand up either. It's oh dear, Rooster. Listen, Rooster. I'm gonna agree with you wholeheartedly, but I'm gonna push back that we all talk about how amazing the recruitment's been, because your wee pal with the dodgy highlights and the green top got a lot of belters last summer on Twitter when it got to the window closing. I listed every player we signed. I listed all their fees, and I put at the bottom, keep an eye on this board. I then doubled down on it by saying Aaron Moy was underwhelming. Wow, how right was I? 3 months have been brilliant. No bother, mate. That'll win you league titles and help you progress in the Champions League. I agree with you, by the way. I don't think the recruitment has been as compelling in the last 2 windows it's been made out, pal. But I do push back on, we all talk. Oh, no, he didn't even say we all. We talk a lot, but I'm not part of the we. I think I called it for the get-go. I didn't think the window last summer was that good. And at the end of the day, in January, we made a profit and downgraded our striker, our second choice striker. But I'm glad you're identifying it as well, by the way, because very always much we should be as Celtic fans holding our own club to account. The vast opposite to what our rivals do. They glorify everything they do, even when they know there's shit coming down the pipe. We do the opposite. We always try and scrutinise and want the best, I think. I'm going to push this light away from me a wee bit. Oh, it's too hot, man. Roasting. How you doing, Bhoycie? Rupert Rock. You were on like episode 1, mate, saying the exact same thing. That's all you ever say. How you doing, Bhoycie, mate? But you know what? I love that, Robert Rock. How are you? You never reply. I'm going to ask you again. How are you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Unless you are a robot and it's just that one message. Who knows? How is Moy's fitness? Says Uncle Robbie Steamboat. Uncle Robbie. Do you think this is a guy who's fit enough, really, when he's going to be another year older for next season, to do Champions League and treble winning teams? Oh, come on. He's a signing that was idle. And you know what? I think he is a good player when he gets up to fully fitness. I just think Celtic should be the vehicle for him to get fully sharp. And we need to suffer defeats at like to submit him when he's towing a caravan. He misses all 6 games bar 17 minutes of the Champions League because he ain't fit from a 2-year decision he made to go to China and it wasn't good enough to get in their team. That was an underwhelming signing. That's all I described it as on Twitter, I remember. I said Moy was underwhelming. That was probably the worst I ever got in terms of abuse. I mean, especially about my hair, which I thought was ironic considering I was only critiquing the signing of a bald man, but that's the way it goes. I was proven right. I don't expect we 19-year-old laddies telling me who to vote for will ever come back and rethink their thoughts. You do that as you get older, though. You accept when you get it wrong, and you marvel at the rare times you get it right. Brown, everyone knows you keep saying facts about the last 16, mate. You're boiling my blood because, Brown, you've got to be honest. Lennon absolutely absolutely was disastrous in getting us to the Champions League when it was Cluj and all that. Didn't play Julian, played Cal McGregor. Like, come on. We all know he adapted and did amazing before, but your argument is so unbalanced because you refuse to accept Rogers got us qualified for 2 out of the 3 years. Lenny didn't get us qualified. First year he got humped. Remember he got humped in the first time round? Was it Utrecht, something like that? I've not got Phil beside me to make sure I'm right here. And then even the most recent one, the Cluj result, Sarajevo, stuff like that, was that not him as well? I mean, you can't just be so unbalanced in your debate. Whereas you look at Rogers, first took over, got us past Lincoln Redhams, despite a defeat, he overcame that. Then got us through the other legs in some tricky ties. He made his Champions League revenue two out of two in his first 2 years, 2 out of 2. So what is the facts then? You're not talking about all the facts, mate. You're not talking about all the facts. You've never said Rodgers navigated the Champions League route. You've never talked about that. I think Roosters telling the truth. That is the remit. And Rodgers lived up to that remit in his first 2 years, then wasn't backed further, which normally we would all criticise. And I just think we need to be balanced. And you, by the way, Rodgers had a lot of feelings. I don't think he's the best manager in the world. And you know how much I defend Lenny Brown. I just think I'm far more balanced on both than you're willing to be. You're all in Lenny and you're all out Rodgers. And I don't think that is constructive to a debate. Hibs looking lively. Goal. It's a great volley. 1-1 at Easter Road. I mean, this is a team with a guy doing a pregnant celebration. Good on him. I hope his wife is happily pregnant and I wish him all the best for it. But for me, he's not having the baby, is he? Get on with the game. We're on with the game. Brown, we got gubbed in Europe under Rodgers, but we qualified for the Champions League 2 years in a row. We're going round in circles. You don't want to play ball. You don't want to accept the other stuff. You won't even claim Lenny is part of 3 times between him and Strachan when he qualified for the last 16 once. Strachan did it twice. Just say that. You don't need to say they did it 3 times between them when there's so many years apart. You're being silly with it, and I just think you're all your other points on football are so better balanced, mate, than what you're showing right now. You're not being balanced. Go back to being balanced because your take on Rodgers and Lennon is just one's all conquering, one's all rubbish. And the trophies, I think, are pretty balanced from both ends. And I think the European records can be highlighted on both ends as well. You're unwilling to do that on one. And that's not fair debate. Stuart Miller, it's a great goal from Yuan. It was. I agree. That sort of volley, that captures the eye. Again, as I said, I'm not someone going to sit and say I watch a lot of Hibs, but there was a couple of games that when they were on the tail. I think one was against Hearts I watched, and I think one was against Rangers probably, and that was fair. that decade was more fruitful. That's my point. No one's had a debate about decades of success and non-success. Brown, I can't subscribe to what you're saying, mate. I hope those beers were good. You owe me one, mate, for entertaining this debate. Scott Howe, he comes in. There we go. He still thinks it'll be 3-1 Celtic. Well, Hibs started very well. And you know what? I think they did look like they were a bit tired of ideas, a bit tired of just having to play against Celtic's press. They come out a bit re-energised after a few half-time oranges. Now, once it passes 65 minutes, we'll take over again. Or could have bad to do it now. McGregor wants to have the shot. He's looking for the free kick there. Delayed his left foot shot. Quite clever. Never a penalty in the first half either. Danny O'Malley says more fan cams next season. Danny, what are you talking about, mate? No one wants more of this shite for me. This is a one-off special because it's the end of the season. In terms of more, I don't think I need to put anyone through this. I don't think anyone wants me to do it. I think right, fine, there'll be more. Fuck it, you're right. Here goes Ralston. Good ball in the box. Maeda, just leave it for Maeda. Big O, you cannot score for there, so just let it go. And if Maeda's not shouting loud enough, his problem. Hibs defender probably wins it, but I don't know what O's trying there, to be honest with you. That's got to go back to us. He's not scoring. Let's not panic, though. Lee Johnson, what do you make of him, guys? I find some of his interviews, I kind of agree with some of the stuff he's saying, but I don't know. I think he is irritating as well. I wonder what the Hibs fans have thought of him so far. Probably a lot riding on this result and the weekend result before they decide the final outcome and how his performance has been as manager. I think they've shown patience with him. I just wonder if they showed patience with the right man. Listen, Glasgow, see if there's been a goal. Go, don't tell us in the chat. It's shite pattern, mate. Glasgow Rebel. Just think about what you're doing. Think about it. We're doing a fan cam live. Have you seen me cheer on a goal? And if you're just predicting it, I apologise. It's so hard to read what context there is. Oh, God. Brown, please, let's give it a rest. Let's give it a rest. You're all right, Glasgow Rebel. I know you're just excited. But it's just a wee... There's no point in the watch along if... Do you know what I mean? Like, now I know what happens. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be... And there it goes. And O scores. That was good, wasn't it? How did I know he was going to score? Glasgow Rebel. You're out. I'm only kidding, mate. I'm only kidding. I like the fact you were excited, pal. But, yeah, good finish. I expect that for their striker. Very good, and it'll do wonders for his confidence. Let's just... If we can all make a wee deal here, there's 93 in the live chat. It's a lot of people to try and tell what to do, because I don't like to tell people what to do. And I hate being a dictator in the chat. But when we do the live stuff, we all need to just wait till I've seen the goal. And that's not because it's about me. It's just the live chat then gets killed. Do you know what I mean? Like, there is no point in doing a watch along because the moment's gone. Do you know what I mean? But look at all there. Good strength and the determination to get the finish. The toe punt, easy peasy. 2-1 Celtic, half an hour to go. Scott Howe, you were right. 3-1 could indeed be the score. Handball, VAR. No, Glasgow Rebel, don't worry, pal. We're all good, mate. We don't do it often as well, so I totally get why you'd impulsively go, yeah, let's go. It's not really for me to be then being a killjoy on that. I'm not trying to be at all. It's a concept we do so rarely as well. Nobody's used to it, so no, it's all good. They're checking for a handball here. The thing is, we get told VAR need to check every goal, so VAR checking a goal means VAR check a goal. Right, but then when you see the reason below it and you go handball, oh, fuck off. It's not, oh. So what? What are they now checking offside? Sorry, I've got no commentary on, so I'm trying to make this up as I go along. Yeah, the handball, the build-up, Stuart. You're right. That's. Oh, it's giving a nose now, Keen at Laldy. Good lad. Good lad. Brilliant to see so many of the Celtic's women's team's supporters at the game tonight as well. It's a joke. We can all have banter, right? Don't anyone come, break my fingernails or that. Let me know if you can hear me. I just leant on the microphone cable, so I do apologise if I've disconnected briefly there. Celtic in the chat. Good to have you on, Shell. Hope you're well. Yes, 2-1. You know it. Yes. Hibs going for the big launch. Look. I mean, look how in his own half he is. In our half he is. And it's a throw into the box that Rory Delap would have been proud of 20 years ago. I mean, Lee Johnson could be as smug as he wants at times. He could talk about what he thinks the progression of Scottish football could be. See, at the end of the day, he's reverted to type in our leagues tonight. I'm sorry. It's all been long balls. Every opportunity to go long, every opportunity to get centre half. Don't preach then about the better of Scottish football and all that bollocks, Lee. It doesn't suit you, son, because really, you're the same as everyone else, which I don't mind. Just admit you are for the get-go. You care about 3 points. That's all you want. And we're all cool with that. Nobody's above that. Big Ange. Hands in the pockets, looking gallus. Oh, there's Lee. Look at him. Well, good tactics, mate. No, I love those throw-ins, 45-yard ones. They're really good. You'll get the Stoke City job soon, son. Fuck off, mate. Honestly. Starfelt clearance, love it. Starfelt loves doing those, eh? Do you know what? There's a bit of me excited to see Starfelt and CCV in the Champions League. See, I know everyone's going to want us to get a centre back, myself included a wee bit, right, in the summer. But why upset it? If we can get CCV back fully fit for the first game of the Champions League, which will likely be September, I don't know. I think it's an itch Ange will want to scratch anyway, no matter who he brings in as another centre half. I think Starfelt could be ideal for us. He could be the guy in the trenches you just fucking need. Savvy for CCV, strength, pace, decent on the ball, and then just absolute determination, a fantastic header of the ball, loves a 50-50, wants to bring the skills to the party, which I think physicality and using your body well are still skill sets, by the way. Everyone thinks everything's technical and done with your feet in football. It's more than that. You've got to compete. Big Starfelt will be there to compete. Him and CCV in the Champions League we never got to see that once this year. I've got a hunch. Ange feels a bit bitter about that. Firstly, I think he goes, no, I knew I was right for the get-go. Those two boys are going to do it for me in the Champions League. And secondly, I think it would be remiss to forget they're both international defenders. You know, let's see the two of them together in the Champions League, unbeaten domestically. I don't know. I think that'll be an itch that we need to scratch. And Ian McIntosh, he loved big starfish. Iwata, well played, son. You did well. Rio, too easy, son. Too easy, big boy. Going a wee bit lower. The pool table's an awkward height to have all this set up on. I'm usually over there. I'm on the pool table. I've got the cover on. It's difficult, man. It's things I do for you bastards, you know. Turnbull coming on. That's okay. Turnbull was a go-to guy for Ange, I think, before his injury. And I appreciate teams evolve. And you start going, well, we've got better now. That's okay. That I don't mind that ruthless approach either. That's sound to me. I think you've also got to go, well, now the job's done, titles in the bag, champions, that's what we are. Then afford them the opportunity and Jamesy Forrest out just to make sure he gets the medal. Love that shit. Love it. Will James Forrest be at Celtic next year? Put it past there though for Celtic. Gives a throw in to the best crosser in Hibsy's team, the throw in taker, number 2. What's your name, son? Where'd you come from? Nice to see you, nice, you hopeless bastard. Look how far away he is for the box. It's his biggest asset. It's why he's in the team, isn't it? Fucking hell. Some lunch, by the way. That is hopeless football. Here goes Maida. Punish them, son! Oh, unlucky. But it's anti-football. By the way, it's their gift to play any way they want. I just laugh at how these guys cut about because about these wee beige blazer early in the season going, oh, we went to Celtic, played them at their own game. See, when it comes to the country, you need the results, son. You're just fucking one of the rest. Stop kidding on your son, you're not. Just because you wear different types of jackets, mate. It's a red! Maida is sent off! Fuck. Wow. He's buzzing in, he's late, he's clumsy. I think it's two bookable offences. Yeah, and we'll get a better feedback on this during PMP. You know that, right? However, I actually think he's been late on both. Both, with the other one was, remember, he was getting up after his clumsy control, he's a bit of frustration, he said the niggle with the shoulder. That one was half an hour late. Can't do that in a booking. It's a wee bit naive. I think a lot of his football at times can be naive, Maida, which I think confuses opposition players at times. I don't think that sending off was the worst decision I've ever seen. My take. Absolutely brilliant from O. Absolutely. But it's a red! It's another red. Where's Red Scotland in you? Do you remember that bell end? Get him out. It's his type of night. Oh, yes, the Reds, the Reds. Up the Reds. That looked naughty. That looked naughty as well. Big Kevin Clancy. The unseen Fenian hand leveling the playing field. Oh, stop exaggerating it, mate, 'cause I can't even bother with it. You got the red card. Get up. Stephen McCarthy calls it a weird game. Stephen, I think this has been a great game. Look, see, O's still looking about. I would rather he got up eventually and just gets on with it. I'll be honest, it's my take on it. I want to know what's wrong with his wrist too. You know the bandages round it? Don't be a drama queen, son. Doyle is. What did I do? What did I do? Oh, Kevin's got to go check it. Sean McCluskey, don't blow the chat. I appreciate you just being honest, but don't blow the chat. I've got to watch it live. How's that not a red? That's a scissor tackle. Look at the left leg come round. Oh, fuck off. Oh, fuck. Yeah, please, guys, on the chat, until I've kind of called it, because I'm watching it live, and I don't want to be a bore. Just don't tell us what's happened till I've kind of said, and then everyone else can follow it from that. I don't think that's a booking. I think in any other league that's a red. I think the pressure's put on Clancy because Celtic would just give up. I think all these factors play into the minds of fans, because they are fans, these referees, of Scottish teams. The likelihood is they're fans of either Celtic or Rangers. We all know predominantly they tend to be fans of Rangers. That's not clear and obvious error by Kevin Clancy. That'd be a red card in any of the league. Clancy's doing as he's told, Glasgow Rebel. That's what I think, pal. But yeah, please, if we could behave with the spoilers, and I do get the excitement. You just want to comment, and I totally get that, by the way, because we're all fans. It's impulsive, but just for the benefit of the stream, it's a lot easier if we just hold off. Wait till I've reacted, then no one can complain, because that's what we're kind of watching. Here goes Celtic again, though. We're already 2-1 up. We might be a man down, but we're a goal up. Let's make it 2 goals up. Do it with 10 men. Here go Hibs, though. Breaking on pace at Kobayashi. Does he front his man well enough? It's a great save. That is a save I think we've been looking for Joe Hart to make. I'll be honest to you guys. And it's not me trying to, with everything Scott Bain does well, then angle it negatively at Joe Hart. But I think that's the type of save Joe Hart's maybe just been lacking. I'm not saying it's done with the most conviction in the world either, now I'm looking back at it. It's a save, though, nonetheless. Connor Hibs. Pam's got the idea. Shout it rather than type it. Let me do the shouting. Once I've shouted, type away. It makes sense. That's what the watch along's all about. But when you look at Scott Bain's save there as well, it's brilliant because it's turned back the post. This came right off the underside of his palm. He's done well. As I say, I think Joe Hart could have been doing with that save. Oh, come on. He's both feet off the ground. They're showing the replay again. Oh, fuck off. It's a red. See in the EPL, for example, that would be a red. Who's coming on with the pink hair? I'm not one to slack hair, like, I don't like to stand on. Celtic somehow defend that somewhat unconvincingly. Penalty. Oh, fuck. Miller, the throw-in merchant, celebrating winning a penalty before he celebrates a goal. Oh, wow, the fix is on, eh? Fair enough. I felt the Celtic red was a red. I thought Hibs red was a red. I'll need to see the penalty again, but it's all happening so quick. I need to watch it again. Sorry if I'm ignoring the live chat. I need to watch this again. Oh, fucking hell. The 2 hands in the back, is that what it's for? Oh, look, they're so in. Would I claim it? Would you see as many replays of it, though, if it was in Celtic's favour? It's what we've seen to dictate. Surely that should be going to VAR. We should be seeing more of that. I don't think that's as clear cut. But if I'm honest, yeah, probably. Nisbet miss. Bastard, he scores 2-2. And listen, you celebrate that you've won the Scottish Cup, son. Well done. 2-2. Hibs fans, what if, I don't know, get over aggressive? They're all getting excited. Their heart's still winning. Is that what it is? Why are they so excited? I take it, is Europe still on the line for them then? I take it back based on the results. Is that what's going on? Celtic don't save penalties. Let's be honest. Joe Hart's probably, I think it's Scott Bain who takes the penalties. Isn't it Joe Hart, judging by how fucking little he's saved for us? Here we go. Oh, they're throwing Merchant's back. Look, he can't wait to get the ball. He's like, this guy's like Pirlo, but with the ball in his hands. So are Hibs, just to be clear, are Hibs celebrating Hearts winning right now? Is that what we're watching? I'm just trying to work it out. Number 2, though. Oh, he is a throwback, isn't he? Just throws the ball for hundreds of yards. Celebrates like he scored when he wins a penalty. Legend. Oh, they're now looking for them. Nisbet absolutely behaved, mate. He went into the net. He dove into the net there at a million miles an hour like he'd been shot. You're winding it. Oh, that's a poor pass. A stray Celtic. God, I hate this bit now. It's going to be very reactionary. Ryan M, embarrassing this. So many points ahead now in year 6. Look at the changes we've made, Ryan M. We've made changes because we've won the league. Not because there's a gap competition. I think we need to get over that stuff, Ryan M. I love you, pal, by the way, because I know you've been a regular fan of the bus, but I think we need to get away from that. Look how experimental this lineup. Good skills, Ralston. Good ball. Ooh. This doesn't make us like embarrassing, mate. I think that's way too far. Kobayashi hesitant. They smell blood for him, eh? What does folk think of that? Striker looks like they smell blood when he's playing. Looked even there like a ball he should definitely commit to header and just header it out to play, like Starfelt would. And it looked like Nisbet, by doing very little, put him off having the courage of his convictions to do so. Here comes Yuan for Hibs. Hibs, nice flick. Hibs now feeling gallus. Fair play to them, mate. Took you all season. They've got the ball out left now. Ball in the box, right backhand post. And Scott Bain easily gathers a ball that Magnus Hedman should have in Bayern, in München, in Germany. That is ramp up against Celtic. Hibs definitely pushing for the forward, which we can all respect. But winning the ball that easy isn't good enough. And we know what left back that was. Here goes Jan. He's in the perfect one-to-one situation. He wants Celtic to try to double up on him. Force him at the back post. Oh, cleared literally. We may as well have been on the goal line. Luckily, Hibs are that close. They don't know what to do there. Well, one of them should have took a dig for the edge of the box. Probably would have scored. Jan occupying 2 Celtic players at a time now, such as the threat he's been. And whoever that Hibs player was, Henderson, mate, ex-Celtic player. But mate, you're doing things way above your skill level there. Interesting game, though. Interesting game. No, Ryan M, don't you worry about wrong choices of words. Imagine getting the opportunities I do. I make the wrong choices of words a million times a week. And luckily for me, you guys come back for the half ones, the half statements I get relatively right, which are very few and far between. In fact, you might watch it because the volume I get wrong. Don't you worry about that, my boy. I totally get it. I totally get it. It's an emotive game. You're allowed to go, for ecstasy to, absolute. I don't even know what the opposite of that is, but you know what I mean. My words fail me. A shot that is so ambitious, it makes the Koulibaly against De Vries shot look normal. Scott Bain, straight to his gut. lets it slip through his love pack, stupid fingers, and into the net. And now 11-man Hibs lead Celtics 10, 3-2. And Scott Bain, the big 3-year deal face, has just dropped a clanger. Mind when I was saying it didn't matter before? It matters now. Oh, for fuck. What's he doing? It's not even... I don't even know why he's trying to catch it up there. It's such a strange technique Scott Bain's using. I don't know what pictures he's got of Ange to get that 3-year deal, or Peter Lawwell, whatever it is. But he's winging it at life. He's had the best job in the world sitting the bench for the last few years, getting paid X amount of thousand a week. To think he's level for that first team, fucking hell. That was comical. On comes Kyogo, 4-3 Celtic. Don't start being decisive now, Scott Bain. The way you go, and the worst rollout I've ever seen. Hibs have got their mojo there now. Momentum shifts you can see as well in the form of the game. Complacency keeping him with Celtic again? I don't know. Very interesting though to observe such a fall off in the last 20 minutes. And we can all agree there's been a fall off for Celtic as well. And if teams want to play with higher intensity, we need to then match that and go better than that. I also accept the excuse the ready-made, oven-ready one that, well, we don't have anything to play for, so human nature takes over. I get that, but just don't give too much of a template away for sides to think they now have a knack on how to beat Celtic. I think this is what happened with Rodgers. I've said this before. I think the second season of Rodgers, we'd cantered the league, very similar style. In fact, we cantered the treble the first 2 years under Brendan Rodgers, that Diddy that Brown was talking about. But his second season became a wee bit like the teams knew what to do to combat us, and it became this, just go blood and thunder against them, go hell for leather, shall we say. Long shot, dragged wide. Fucking appalling. Turnbull, one of the rare people that score more than one goal for us from outside the box this season. Jeez. David, 4 shots on target in 2 games. Obviously, that's to do with the changes that have been made, though, David. First and foremost, Celtic's strongest team haven't had that, and haven't had that consistently this year. So we've got to not be too reactionary, albeit your stats might be accurate. Bring in top quality and supplement that with youth players who Angie knows. Angie knows the youth players, though, I think, because there's no trajectory. He can see how they can get from Z level to A level very quickly. Ben Doak was one that Ange identified last season. He gave him 2 games and Liverpool snapped him up. You're against absolute machines of the game now down south that can just go, look, here's 20 grand a week, even if you never play for us. Ben Doak, don't get me wrong, has went on to play for us. But Ange identified he was good and did elevate him to the first team. Are the rest of that level? Has he given opportunities to like the likes of Lawal? Is that how you want him? I don't think so. Right now, good quality 15, 16 players. I think we all know that as well, David. I'll be honest with you, pal. I think that's right. I think after 2 seasons, I think to have a good 15, 16 from where we were is a good place to be. Will Celtic now back Ange to get that to the 20 that you're hoping for, that I'm hoping for, David? That's the debate that we need to have, pal. That's the debate. And we'll find out this summer. This summer's going to tell at home truths. But I mean, you only know there's 15, 16 that are that good because we've been allowed to afford the other ones this opportunity. Otherwise, you just don't know. This was the right games to do these experiments. You do it when you've got the gold. And that's what we've done. We've got the gold. Now we experiment. If the experiment doesn't pay off, no harm done. I think that's a fair way of managing a football team. I really do. And we say Ange ignores the youth. He ignores the youth to get the gold, mate. So we get the trebles. We can't have it both ways. Celtic fans are fickle, though. I'm as fickle as anyone, by the way, David. So don't think I'm disagreeing with you on everything, mate. Because I see it, mate. That is three. Four, sorry, I should say for Hibs. That one looked like a Joe Hart concession by Scott, but I don't know. Crosses in the box, we don't look as comfortable with as we should. It's a back post header. It's pretty easy. Connor Owen giving Bain a new contract is all you need to know about the ambitions of our board. It's all you need to know about the ambitions of Benjamin Siegrist when he had an opportunity to become Celtic's number one as well. Look, it is what it is. There's a team playing for something right now. The momentum shift from first half to second half has been night and day. That is undeniable. Celtic have made a few subs, and they've certainly the tempo's dropped off. And even from then, the starting lineup was nowhere near what it should have been. Bernabei at left back will never win those crosses. He's not a left back. He doesn't suit Ange's system. But where I push back on is you absolutely can't change Ange's system to a custom man Alexandro Bernabei. Maybe a Lionel Messi, but not a Bernabei. Ryan Taylor's saying there's no excuse for this. It's game after game for a month now. I don't know, man. Like, we need to be real here. We need to be real. You cannot win leagues before the league split and then expect the same level of performance. It's just going to drop off. You can't expect the amount of rotation done and expect the same level of performance. What you can accept, though, is a summer where the issues that we do have get addressed. You need to have a bigger picture about you. It's a fucking game of football that we're losing to a team playing for European football. It's going to probably keep a lot of them in a contract on the park for another year, maybe 2 years. Going to keep a manager on a job. What difference does it make to us? Fuck all. These are just the logistics. If this game was riding on with the league campaign was going to be dictated, the league title, the league trophy was going to land, do you see it playing out like this? Do you see the same lineup? You don't. I think it's very easy to be overreactionary. I imagine me doing this when O'Neill lost his last two games of the treble win in 2000, 2001. Fucking hell, O'Neill out. Oh dear. You know, when it's mattered, we've been good. I actually thought the first half I was very excited by. I think the second half they got a rock up their arse. There was a reaction. The reality of the situation they're in, whether it be contracts, managers' jobs, European place at stake, hit home. Celtic had done very well first half. They're down to 10 men, by the way, for the last 20 odd minutes. Should have been 10 men apiece. And that's not an excuse, but down to 10 men definitely gives them an advantage. So it's up to you how bad you want to think there's a crisis. If anyone thinks there's a crisis, I disagree with that. Is there concern? Is there cause for criticism and judgment? Yes, absolutely. But I like to bring balance to every debate, and I see it for both. Martin, the split's been underwhelming, to be fair. It still annoys the life out of me. That's fair. David back in. Spot on, Bhoycie. I'll bet £500 for charity. We don't address any of those issues, though. Not with this board. Well, David, Firstly, I think your skepticism, I think, is completely balanced and fair, and one that I share with you. However, judging before the event is also ridiculous because it's silly, because we've not seen it yet. If we've learned from mistakes of the past, there will be a change, big man, in the approach this summer. I would like to think the comments from Ange, the bristling nature that he's shown, that wasn't a guy talking like Rodgers was, for example, when things weren't going his way from a successful team. Terminado, stuff like that. That was done during a window, the first summer transfer window still being open. Then the January one saying, I've never heard of him. I think we'll get a situation. Ange is setting that tone. You're well off the mark, mate. Well off the mark. Then talking to us, no one cares what they do. If he's doing that, maybe it's a warning shot to the board as well as his rivals, or maybe it's just a man completely in the know that we are going to go to the next level now this summer. And to get to 15, 16 good players was an achievement in itself. Now I will take you to the 20. And the bottom four of those will actually be guys you think are in the top 15, 16 right now. That's what I want to see. I feel we need to not panic too much. Adversity is not always the worst thing in life. Celtic's not a snowflake club. Celtic's club known with a million joys in the world, but sickening losses and difficulties. If this is as sickening as it gets, this season for me is losing 4 goals to Hibs with half a team having already won the league. I'm okay with that. The only defeat that really hurt this season was St Mirren away. One fucking defeat when it mattered this season. We've got to be balanced. You've got to be balanced. Mark Kearney, he think he'll be underwhelmed. There's no point in predicting it till it happens, mate. That's what I'm trying to say, pal. There's no point in just saying you think it'll be underwhelming based on nothing just because you think it will. We have to be balanced and think if we can see that we've got 15, 16 good players and we can get it to 20, I'd like to think Ange will be able to see that as well. There is no point in claiming doom and gloom before doom and gloom's occurred. Is there fairness to say the board have previous of not backing managers in this situation? Yes. But is there also a balance to the argument that in life, the best things that ever happen are when you make mistakes, you learn from them? I think that's a huge argument. I certainly have learned that from my own life. In business, by the way, as well, and in real life. As John Kerr says, let's get the treble. Let's get the treble. I think people forget about all this stuff. And by the way, it's been a game of 2 halves. I actually think the first half we were brilliant tonight. I thought we looked more back to as Tony Haggett would say, the rip-roaring free scoring. It did fall away second half. No one's disputing that, by the way. And I agree, Mark. You're based on the past, so am I. I get that, but there's no point in saying it will be an underwhelming summer under Ange. I don't think Ange is part of the underwhelming summers of the past. I think last summer, was he part of it? Maybe. Were the tools afforded to him as underwhelming though? I think so. I think now he's assured group stage football for the second year in a row and the COVID monies all came in. I think he has all his ducks in a row to make a compelling argument. And I would like to think the cut of his jib, Judge Kearney, at the pressers tells you he isn't thinking this is going to be an underwhelming summer. Maybe I live in false hope. I don't know. Chris, these performances are educational at best. You might be right, mate. You might be right. But I tell you what's educational. The group chat went from 100 live in the first half when we were playing the best football we've played all month to 130 when we're getting beat. Oh, I love Celtic. It's great fun, eh? It's just great fun. Polymorphers, you've got to be balanced. We do. But the gent above makes a great point. Fans are paying money for that. Players shouldn't be taking the foot off the gas. Is it players have took the foot off the gas till mate? Or is it the changes that have been made and we found out players aren't good enough? Who's took the foot off the gas? Who's not tried tonight? Polymorphers. And if you don't want to see teams being rotated, when do you? I would rather see a team with the gold in their pockets, the medals there around their necks, the trophies in the cabinet going, we took a few chances. We deserve the criticism we get. 11 minutes added on time, by the way. 6 minutes, Celtic corner. If this was Strachan's team, I would have us winning 5-4. I'd be going to the bookies right now. Misery loves company. I think you're right, mate. I remember you telling me that on the phone one day when you'd first joined the podcast, Mark, and I was like, what the fuck's he talking about? And the more I thought about it, I was like, that is genius. Misery loves company, Bhoycie. It's funny that, eh? It is so... You're so right. I mean, you're not wrong at all. Corner Celtic. Still 5 minutes to go. 4-2. We never stop, mate. If this goes 4-4, I'm doing a fan cam every week just for the pure excitement of it all. Come on! And the worst corner of all time was taken there. Well played, whoever that was. I'm not sure who it was. My eyesight doesn't allow me to tell you who that was. But that was dreadful. Was it O'Reilly? Who the fuck was that? Who was that with that corner with the left foot? Anyway, Celtic with the ball. Still pushing a wee bit. Forrest. I mean, James Forrest in the team right now with 10 men. What do we all expect? Come on. I think the focus on the gap is what's frustrating me, if I'm honest, guys. I think that's became you're falling into the narrative they want you to, and even then, did I see they drew to all the night? I mean, oh fuck off! At home, Hearts get scudded whenever they go to Glasgow. Like, you'll not hear it though because we got beat away from home and we'd already won the league. Like, there's just, I think there's a necessity at times to cling on to the negativity, the negative aspects. I'm not one of those people. I think you need to live in the real world. I think you look at the changes made. You look at the trophies in the bank. Your human nature, take that into account. Just accept it, right? Accept it. It's been an off day. And opposition we're playing against had a hell of a lot to play for. And it showed when they came out for the second half. I see, Glasgow, you say they've embarrassed you tonight. They've embarrassed... Who have they embarrassed, mate? Who have they embarrassed? Because of one result. These results used to happen throughout a season, you could still win one. These are results that have happened after we've got the job done and won a league before a split. I think that's so unfair. And I am not a happy clapper, as you know. I like critique. I just find that I think words like embarrassing, etc., it's way too far. Has to be a reality check. We cannot be this critical. Be critical when it matters, and I'm terrible for that. Darren says embarrassing themselves. Maybe I'm miles off it. CJ, who have they embarrassed? They've embarrassed themselves, Bhoycie. Well, I'm not going to be embarrassed if a team competing for a treble in 2 weeks, because whilst you might be used to winning them, the first one I seen in 2001 brought tears to a lot of people's eyes. The one we seen in 2016 was an incredible moment. The fact that it became the norm after that should be something Celtic as a club is proud of, but not something you ever take for granted. I disagree with that attitude. I'm not going to be embarrassed of a team that's, being rotated to fuck. Definitely, human nature's kicked in and not being the same as they were before, not playing to the same level. Absolutely. Embarrassed? So if we lift the treble this year, you're going to see they've embarrassed themselves. In a few 90 minutes, I used to see that throughout a season where it did matter and it'd be Hibs away and it would mean Rangers would go 2 points clear because we lost this game and they drew with Hearts. Remember those days? No one wants to remember those days. No one wants to remember those days. Because as long as you've got a 20-point cushion and nobody cares, but can I just say something as well? See, when I was banging the drum in Europe, being disappointed, the reaction to that was nothing like this. Nothing like this. And for me, I was far more concerned about some of the performances in Europe than I am in a dead rubber away at Hibs who are playing for their futures, for the manager's future, and for a potential place in Europe. It's just crazy, man. No, I think it all boils down to it's all just about beating Rangers to people, being the best by a mile against Rangers. Who's holding the torch and holding the standard when we play in Europe? Nobody, because nobody cares. We will be back for some PMP though. Don't you boys worry about that. I've really enjoyed. I need to thank you all, by the way, because the amount of yous that have actually stuck in has been quite, I don't want to say overwhelming, but fucking bizarre. I really appreciate it. Pam, you got man of the match tonight. Well done. Thanks to you all. It's been a great fun doing a fan cam again. We'll do a few more next year. It was easy doing it tonight because, let's be honest, I wanted to do it at the end of the season as a wee farewell season gift. But I think actually folk have quite enjoyed watching it, judging by the numbers. We will be back. Give us 15 minutes. We'll do some PMP with Liam the Pupped Up Warlord. And of course, the face of PMP, Terry Robb. Hail, hail, and thank you so much to every single person who's got in the live chat. It's been lively. That's what we're here for. We'll dissect it a lot more after 10 o'clock. Cheers.